Siema z tej strony Addict Big Bad Dice. Gramy w Aircraft Carrier Survival. Jest to gra w wersji Early Access, którą przetestujemy, tak, i będziecie mogli tutaj zobaczyć nasze testy. Oprócz tego na bigbaddice.pl pojawi się wpis na temat tej gry z moimi pierwszymi wrażeniami. Więc będziemy zaczynać, tak? Gra jest w polskiej wersji językowej, na szczęście. No i co? No jedziemy z tym koksem, nowa gra. O, mamy od razu samouczek, kampanię Sandbox. Zacznijmy samouczek. O, dużo tego. No to chyba tak nie przeskoczymy, co? No to zrobimy samouczek, dobra. Zasady gry. Nazwiemy film. Zasady gry Aircraft Carrier Simulator.
Good day, Admiral. I'm here to run you through the basics of the interface you will be using to control the carrier. Let's begin with controlling the camera.
Zbliż się oddal, WS LD do obracania.
Moving the vessel.
Ładnie to wygląda.
By setting a waypoint, please click the tactical map icon.
A, tutaj jest mapa taktyczna.
Tactical map menu. You can see our carrier's current position. Next, click your intended destination on the map. Vantage point 1, our current goal, is highlighted here. Perfect. Our course is set. Click the exit button to close the tactical map. To get moving, we must now start the engines. Click the carrier speed icon, then click the desired speed to begin moving our fleet. Please select slow. Higher speeds are unavailable for now.
No to wolno. No i co?
We're
Aha.
moving. For the time being,
We are moving! Yay!
to reach its destination. You can control the speed of the ongoing action using the speed controls in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Whee! A ładnie to wygląda.
Excellent.
Excellent!
First destination. Traveling the seas depletes our resources. When we are out of supplies,
O, tutaj jest.
still continue moving, but we cannot deploy any aircraft. We will discuss the finer points of variables
O
related
szczegółach błąd znaleźliśmy.
to supply the carrier. You must give the order. To get started, open the order menu by clicking the icon below.
A, tutaj.
Please click the resupply ship icon to begin preparing the order.
Przestałeś się poruszać, wykonać procedurę wypełniania zapasów.
You must now assign officers to the order. You can now confirm the order, but now we must wait for the resupply procedure to reach completion. Let me remind you, Admiral, that you can use the time speed controls to speed up the action while we wait.
No, tu statek podpłynął. Wow, fajnie.
Excellent. Perhaps we should increase our speed for the journey toward our next destination. To do so, we will need more crew assigned to this menu. You can manage onboard personnel assigned to each department. Drag and drop 2 additional crew units to the navigation department. The walking animation indicates that they are still in the process of taking their position. You can also increase the speed of this action using the time speed controls.
Teraz się przemieszczają, tak? Tutaj.
The units
O, są.
You can now close the crew management. With the increased manpower in the navigation department, we can now reach maximum speed. Click the carrier speed icon and select full. Next, we must set our course. Open the tactical map and click our fleet. There is land between us and our destination, so we cannot travel as the crow flies. But we can plot a course of up to 3 waypoints by clicking on a series of points, ending with our destination. Right-click a waypoint to remove it.
To ja mam 2 floty, czy jak to wygląda? Co, prawy, żeby usunąć. Nie rozumiem tego. Co ja źle robię? Prawy, żeby usunąć, tak? No to czemu się nie usuwa? Co? Już? No dobra, jazda. Szybko poszło.
Admiral, we have received information about an unidentified object some distance from here. I recommend that we carry... And this view shows the island where you and your officers coordinate the ship's operations. Each room provides a facility called a switch for carrying out 3 functions. Each room switch can only be set to enable one function at a time. Set the switch in the meteorology room to add 1 times recon mission.
On the double.
Click the Combat Information Center, CIC, to send an officer there. In this case, yourself, Admiral. An officer will be temporarily unavailable while moving between rooms. When you reach CIC, set the room switch to add 1 times identify target's mission. The function enabled by the switch in the meteorology room will remain active even when there is no officer in the room. Now we can find out more about the information we received by opening the tactical map menu.
Co, to tak od razu działa?
Here you can see the location of the unknown object, represented by a marker. Let's return to the carrier and prepare a mission to find out more about it. Next, we must enter the deck view. Click the deck of the carrier. Here you can prepare the aircraft for dispatching on missions. Click the plus icon and select dive bombers to position a squadron on the deck. You'll then see the planes being hauled onto. Click the plus icon and position a second squadron of dive bombers, sir.
Tutaj mam składrony, tak? Więc nie mogę. No i co, zrobiłem to. A, lecę. Ui, patrzcie. Haha. Fajnie. O, rolką nie mogę przybliżyć sobie, zobaczyć.
Missions currently available for execution are shown in the available section of the missions panel below. Hover over the highlighted recon icon and click the prepare button. Then, click your chosen target of the recon mission and click a place on the map to set it as the recovery area, the place where you will pick up our returning planes. In this case, I suggest selecting our vessel's current location, sir. Click confirm to complete the plan. Preparations for the mission are complete, Admiral. We are ready to launch the mission. Hover over the highlighted recon icon in the Ready section of the missions panel and click the launch icon. The airman will depart shortly.
Idą małe ludki. Ale fajnie będą lecieć. A czemu się to nie rusza? Prawym przemieszczam, tak? Ja trzymam tu jakąś pauzę, czy coś takiego. USS Saratoga. Brrr, polecieli! Chwalę ojczyznę. O, tu jest kamera jakaś, ale nie mogę zobaczyć, a nie.
mission has begun. You can observe its progress, to track the progress of a particular Now we must wait for their mission report. As always, Admiral, you can speed up the passage of time.
Co, nic nie mogę się pokręcić teraz? Chciałbym się pokręcić na przykład. Nic nie mogę zrobić, bez sensu. Powinni mi pozwolić.
The reconnaissance mission
O, wrogowie wykryci, grupa wielorybów.
is merely a group of whales. No adversaries were found. We must now prepare the deck for the recovery of our returning aircraft. Please click the deck management icon above. As you can see, the deck is currently in the launching state. Click the recovery icon on the left of the panel to prepare the carrier for receiving our incoming aircraft. When aircraft returning from a mission are ready to land, the mission's icon will appear in the recovery section of the panel below. Hover over the highlighted icon to open the panel, and then click the Recover button.
Odbierz.
Stand by to recover aircraft.
No i gdzie? A to już, tak?
The mission was completed successfully, sir. Click the deck management icon again and set the deck state back to launching to prepare for further missions.
Prepare for launching.
We have received information regarding another potential target. Admiral, I'll run through the reconnaissance process again. Hover over the recon mission icon below, click the prepare button, then set the mission's target and recovery area in the tactical map view. Follow
Nie mogę się przemieszczać.
Use the missions panel below to launch the mission. Later, set the deck state to recovery and recover the aircraft as before.
No ja mam ikony poblokowane, wszystkie co jest. Bez sensu, ten samouczek nienawidzę. No dobra, czyli teraz powinienem... A, znowu przygotować od zera, tak?
Start engine.
Polecieli! I teraz muszę przygotować ich na odbiór, tak? O! Flota samouczkowa, twoje eskadry wykryły wroga. Japońce!
Stand by to recover aircraft.
Our airmen discovered enemy vessels nearby. We need to determine the fleet's strength and makeup before engaging it in combat. First,
Czemu bombowcy zajmują się identyfikacją?
and change the state back to launching. An identified target's mission can then be prepared and launched in much the same way as a recon mission.
Stand by to start engine.
Niszczyciel łodzi podwodne.
flight deck. A plane is approaching landing. Stand by to recover aircraft.
The mission report contained all the information we needed about the composition of the enemy fleet, sir. Now we
Znowu zarządzanie pokładem się zablokowało.
view to begin preparations for combat.
Przygotowanie do wojny, do walki.
There, you can set the switch to add 1 times airstrike mission.
Full focus now.
Now, you can use the deck management panel to set the deck to its launching state, sir.
Respot the deck. Prepare for launching.
When there are no crew units, as we require 5 squadrons for the airstrike, we need to assign 2 crew units to the air department. Begin by dragging and dropping the first unit to a slot in the air department.
Patrzcie, tego nie mogę przeciągnąć, mimo że zadanie mi każe, muszę to zrobić w odpowiedniej kolejności. Zacząć od tego i dopiero tego.
Now you can assign
O.
another.
Też nie mogę zamknąć, popatrzeć sobie. No dobra.
Personnel we need for our strike. Let's return to the ship.
No nie mogę zmieścić prędkości teraz.
Airstrike mission using the panel below, sir.
Nie mogę więcej statków wybrać, znaczy tych? To nie statek, tylko okręt, tam mi chodziło o myśliwce.
Once you have selected our target, we can prepare our attack strategy.
No ja widzę swoją siłę?
This is the
O, tutaj, tak?
our attack strategy.
Brum, kowadło.
A set of 5 maneuvers, each represented by a card. There are 3 different types of maneuver: offensive, red; defensive, blue; and supportive, green. You can switch between these categories. If you approve of my recommendations, Admiral, please click the confirm button. As always, we need to specify the recovery area where our airmen.
Fajne to jest, nawet mi się podoba.
For the purposes of this mission, I suggest clicking the current location. Now click confirm, sir. Next, we need to return to the deck and prepare our squadrons for the mission. We already have the necessary dive bombers on deck. In addition, we need 3 more squadrons for this engagement. 1 of fighter aircraft and 2 of torpedo bombers. Once they are ready, the mission can be launched.
Szkoda, że nie mam kamery od strony myśliwca.
Issue a fighter squadron on the deck. Issue a torpedo bomber squadron on the deck. Launch aircraft.
W sensie nie mogę podejrzeć kamery. Jak one lecą i bombardują.
The outcome of the attack. When the report comes in,
O, jest filmik. A, takie generyczne, tak? Nie, jest ten pancernik i... No to był niszczyciel chyba. O, robnęło na dno! Brum.
the play button to watch the events unfold. We must recover our planes upon their return. Remember to change the deck state to recovery so that they can land, sir.
Prepare for recovery. Stand by to recover aircraft.
Czy jakieś straty miałem? Nie. Cudownie. Wszystko poszło zgodnie z planem. Co, już tyle? A, jeszcze czekamy na ostatnich.
Been made aware of yet another target to reconnoiter, Admiral. I suggest that we launch a recon mission to determine what's there. Go to the island to set the appropriate switch, change the deck state to launching, and then launch the mission.
O, tu patrzcie jak ładnie. O, tu jest wyspa, o to chodzi.
Time to work.
Start engine.
Mogę kolejkować.
Clear the flight deck. A plane is approaching landing.
Znowu to samo. Wrogowie! A, Simfiry damy. Teraz nie mogę kolejkować, tak? Da się identyfikacji zrobić kolejnej.
Stand by to recover aircraft.
The report states that it's an enemy base, sir. We must thoroughly identify the targets within the base before we can strike.
Baza!
Respot the deck. Prepare for launching.
To jest aktualizacja 3 godziny.
Stand by to start engine. Respot the deck. Prepare for recovery.
Teraz będziemy ich rozpiszczać.
Stand by to recover aircraft.
We have identified the composition of the base, so we can prepare an airstrike. In the strategy menu, you can see that the enemy has blocked one of our offensive maneuvers, so we must consider other options.
Takie kamień papier nożyce jak zablokował, no nie?
I have an idea, sir. Let's place Jinking in slot number 1. As you can see from the description on the card, this maneuver boosts maneuvers in slots number 1 and number 5. I would then recommend placing the strike from the sun maneuver in slot number 3.
Nie rozumiem skąd on to wziął. A! Takie przekierowanie.
Please note the summaries in the boxes below, sir. These provide information about the current configuration of our strategy, such as...
Uuu.
As you can see, our current strategy will ensure the safe return of our pilots and the total destruction of the enemy base. If you approve, sir, please confirm
To nie ma żadnej obrony, czyli teraz, tak?
on the tactical map. The mission will then be ready to launch.
To potwierdzamy. O, strefa odbioru, dobra.
Start engines.
Now we've just got to wait to recover our planes. They're...
obejrzyjmy to. Lecą. A przynajmniej nie mieli żadnej broni przeciwlotniczej. Widać było tam. No nie powiedziałbym, że to jest przepiękne,
Something else.
ale swoje funkcje spełnia.
In this case, we were able to draw up a strategy to defeat the enemy with one airstrike, but this is not always possible. When organizing our strategy, we can select a particular target within a base or fleet, represented by a card shown on the right side of the strategy menu, to select it for attack. This way, we can destroy the targets one by one over a number of airstrikes.
Dobra, raport admiralny, następny samouczek, ciśniemy.
Admiral, we have received word of an imminent enemy
O
airstrike.
nie!
We need to boost our defenses. The carrier's defenses are measured in defense.
Tutaj.
Shown on a meter, and our strike group's escort ships share a separate defense value, shown on the highlighted escort icon. Hover over this to increase these values. We need to assign crew to a specific... We can increase both our defense values by assigning personnel to the anti-aircraft department. 1 point per crew unit. Drag and drop a crew unit there now. The number of available slots in the department can be upgraded later, sir.
No to zaraz pewnie będziemy musieli naprawiać i leczyć, no nie? Dział medyczny.
We can now exit this menu, sir. Ordering our ship's escort to assume a defensive formation
Co jest?
also increase both of our defense values. This can be achieved by launching a defensive position order. Select this order from the orders list, assign yourself to the task admiral, and then confirm the order.
Better get to it.
In the island view, we can send an officer to the combat
Nie mogę zwolnić.
to set the switch to Add 1 times CAP mission, enabling a combat air patrol mission.
Sir! On my way!
Co jest?
You must now enter the deck view, Admiral.
Co jest? Nie mogę zwolnić.
Position 2 squadrons of fighter aircraft on the deck to prepare the CAP mission. Remember that you can see the planes required for a mission by hovering over its icon below, sir. Launch the mission, and you'll see both our carriers and escorts' defense values.
O, teraz mogę. Bojowy patrol powietrzny. A mogę ich więcej przygotować? O, już nie mogę.
Squadron on the deck.
Mało załogi w dziale lotniczym, ale nie mogę tego przygotować. Dobra.
Launch aircraft.
Next, sir, I recommend another
I
defense
znowu się zablokowało.
is in the pilot briefing room, Admiral. Move your available officer there.
Ready, sir. Roger that.
In this room, you can set the switch to add +1 carrier defense to give our carrier's defense value. We are almost ready, sir. We can also use the active ability of one
7 mam.
ships to get our defenses to the requisite level. To do this, we begin by opening.
Znowu się zablokowało.
Click the heavy cruiser's play button. 2 options will appear for this ship's active ability. One to raise our carrier's defense, the other to raise our escort's defense. Excellent, Admiral. We are now in a much better position to defend against enemy attack.
O, lecą.
You can click the incoming enemy button above the radar to see the approaching forces. Observe the value of the
Fajne.
enemy's attack strength in comparison to our carrier's defense. We must now wait to see how the battle unfolds.
Patrzę z... O. Znowu się zablokowało. Co długo na tych Kitajców będę patrzeć? Chciałem poczytać o tym wszystkim, ale to za szybko wszystko skacze, tak? Nie pozwala mi w ogóle gra w ramach tutoriala samemu przygotować się, no nie? Trzeba będzie zagrać jakąś swobodną grę potem jeszcze. Albo misję kampanii. Dobra, czekamy na tych Kitajców.
Well done. And sir, we successfully repelled the attack. However, our defense values have decreased. Some of the effects of the measures we took to raise our defenses were temporary. In the crew management menu, you will see that the anti-aircraft crew is currently busy maintaining the cannons, so they won't be available for other tasks for some time. To repair the ship faster, we need to assign as many men to damage control, DC. As always, we must wait for the units to take their positions in DC. Once we have enough personnel assigned to DC, we'll
Ja się boję, że... że się zablokuje, kurwa.
and malfunctions. Once they are, we can form one damage control team from the island. To do so, you must first move an officer to the highlighted navigation room.
On my way!
From here, you can enable Add One Times DC Team, which adds an additional damage control team. With our DC teams in place, repairs can be... There's been a malfunction in the engine section, Admiral. To assign the DC teams to repair this, click one of their portraits in the damage control panel and select Malfunction Repair, represented by a cogwheel icon.
To.
Excellent. Now we need to wait for the malfunction to be fixed.
Ale gdzie to jest? Pater załogi. Tutaj niby uszkodzenia są.
Sir, a fire broke out in the hangar. We must assign one of our teams to firefighting.
To już widzę.
This task is represented by the flame icon. Just in time. DC is dealing with...
Sam robi to, dobra, nie muszę przydzielać ich, wystarczy, że im zadania przydzielę. Może jeszcze jednego, co? Jak gaszą to. Co za pasek? Czemu jak pokazuje, to nie zwiększa się, nie mam informacji żadnej.
Water has breached the helm section, Admiral. To pump out the water, a DC team must be assigned. Our men in DC are dealing with this, sir. We just need to wait for them to finish pumping out the water.
A, tutaj, tak? Patrzcie też na pewno... O.
Tasks to DC teams. You can also take direct control over their actions. To enable this function, there is already an officer in the navigation room. In there, some of our crew have been injured, sir. Click the highlighted event icon. While injured crew will receive first aid from DC teams assigned to medical duties in the damage control panel, you can also tend to them quickly by sending the DC team directly to the segment marked with the cross icon. Select the DC team from the panel and then click the segment where they are needed. We must not delay, sir.
Aha, rozumiem. Gdzie on jest ranny? Nie widzę go.
We were able to save our injured shipmates, sir. Had we not reached them in time, to make the medical department operational, you need to move an available crew unit there. The highlighted slot in the unassigned crew units panel, marked with a cross symbol, represent the unit will be inactive for a while, but they will... Another enemy airstrike is imminent, Admiral.
Nie mogę się przygotować, ej. Patrzcie, mam czekać na wroga? Oni mają siłę 9, ja mam obronę 4, kurwa, nic mogę zrobić. Bez sensu.
Awaiting orders. Roger that. Sir.
No to ładnie. Co mnie... Pierdol spuścić solidny. Żebym mógł naprawić statek zaraz. Ale żal.
Ready, sir.
No dobra. Give me what you get.
We survived the attack, but the carrier sustained.
No właśnie, o to chodziło chyba, no nie?
Must coordinate the repairs, sir. Sir, damage control is needed.
Ha!
Fire below deck. Sir, damage control is needed.
Awaiting orders. On your command.
Sir. Awaiting orders.
Nic nie mogę zrobić.
Ready, sir.
There is a fire below deck. Sir, damage control is needed.
Ale nie mogę przydzielić
Sir.
tutaj go. Czemu? Bo on tam
Awaiting orders.
wykonuje swoje obowiązki?
Awaiting orders. Impossible, sir. Ready. Can't do that, sir. Negative.
Czemu?
Awaiting orders. On your command. Can't do that, sir. On our way.
No to będzie teraz naprawiać, tak?
Ready. Awaiting orders. Impossible, sir. Yes, sir. On your command. Aye, aye. On our way. Ready. Aye, aye. Awaiting orders. Negative. Can't do that. Negative.
A czemu nie może wypompować?
Impossible. Can't do that, sir.
Czemu tutaj nie może przyjść?
Negative. Can't do that, sir.
Ready, sir. On my way.
To jest sekcja, która jeżeli jest już... A czemu to jest na czerwono? Która musi być naprawiona, żebym mógł Użyć pomp, dobra. A która jest sekcja potrzebna do tego, do gaszenia pożarów? Kośka ugasili. Ta jest do naprawy.
On your command, yes, sir. Ready. Aye, aye. Awaiting orders.
To jest naprawione. Co jeszcze zostało? Tylko to. Dobra. Czy będziemy żyć? Będzie pływać. A nie, jak nówka. Koniec. Będą główne. Dobra, my myślę, że będziemy kończyć. Będziemy zaczynać już kolejnej misji. Jeżeli chcecie, to dajcie znać w komentarzu, czy chcielibyście zobaczyć kampanię, tak? I swobodną grę. Jeżeli tak, to jeżeli będziecie zainteresowani, to po prostu zrobimy taki filmik. A jeżeli nie, to wrócimy do gry po premierze, tak? Finalnej. Jako, że nie lubię grać we wczesne dostępy, bo te gry często się zmieniają, są rozbudowywane, tak? Więc to tak naprawdę mamy takie demo, a przy demie nie powinniśmy spędzać zbyt wiele czasu, przynajmniej tak ja tak uważam. Tak czy inaczej, jeszcze raz dzięki, subskrybujemy kanał i słyszymy się w następnym odcinku, cześć!